Hey everyone, this is JukeDenton. After finally reaching 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to do something special and different from the usual shtick of Sound 5 Time, Sega Genesis, and Kingdom Hearts covers, as well as Sonic-related stuff. So after thinking it over, I decided to make the topic of this video something I absolutely love, Mario Party. As a kid growing up with a Nintendo 64, I'll never forget the insane amount of hours I spent playing the game, tackling every board, saving up coins, buying everything there was, and dealing with the nasty blister. But what always stood out to me most were the minigames. Each one had a different amount of skill, luck, and charm. Some were easy, some were hard, and others were just plain painful. With how many minigames there are to talk about, I decided to take a page out of JelloApocalypse and review every one in 10 words or less. Because hey, if other people on YouTube can copy and use this style in their own way, then damn it, so can I. Now when I say every minigame, I'm only specifically talking about the ones from the first Mario Party entry. Otherwise, this would take too long. And I'll only be rating the normal minigames and not the ones from Minigame Island because again, it would take too long. All minigames will be graded on a score from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best of the best and 1 being the absolute worst. And no, I'm not doing any negative scores because playing video games isn't like watching movies where you can play something so bad it's good. If something doesn't play good, it's bad. Plain and simple. So with that, here is every Mario Party minigame reviewed in 10 words or less. A fun, easy enough minigame to start things off. Oh no you don't, that big chest is mine. Alright, hot potato time, but with bombs. Wish the American version had the European-Japanese musical theme. Time to check out what's hiding underneath. I wonder if Bowser would have nightmares from those faces. Good luck trying to come in first place. This minigame lives up to its title. Steady and rhythmic movements with— oh! Gotta get those coins! My partial color blindness impedes me from giving a higher rating. The hallmark of Mario Party minigames. Hurry up and clear them panels already! Why are the cannons on those thieves? They stole me treasure! Aw, why couldn't I be the conductor? Personally, I prefer the Mario Party 2 version more. A 4-player minigame that actually encourages teamwork. Just like Keep Away, but better. Nah, not enough max jumps. Oh no you don't, that coin bag is mine! I was never the best at this one. Those curves. Those abysmal curves. Unless you have a speedy photographic memory, good luck. I feel so bad for whoever's in the Bowser suit. I never realized Bowser had his own bowling alley. Giving the single player a walk for her coins. Damn it, quit ground pounding me! Come on, share some coins with us. Computers are your best teammates. With computer partner, easy. With human partner, hard. Alright, basketball time, but with bombs. Hated this one at first, but it's grown on me. But only if you're in the boat. If there was less time, this would be a 5. I hate slot machines. I hate them. Gee, I wonder where the coins are hiding. Even with shadows, it's hard to tell who's the leader. No, no, no! Bouncing on piranha plants has never been more satisfying. I don't think anybody could ever lose at this. Love the choice of music for this. Those swamps can be pretty tricky. My back would break from trying this in real life. These exist solely for competitive bragging rights. And that's all of them. Now in any normal 10 words or less video, there would be a rating of the top 5 best and worst, but I'll just get my worst ones out of the way since they're all in the same basket of why they're terrible. That being the minigames that involve rotating the control stick vigorously. I realize that Nintendo and Hudson Soft were experimenting since this is the first Mario Party, but forcing the player to rotate the control stick ferociously was not only a horrible control scheme that could break the stick with how fragile they were, but could also cause blisters to the point where Nintendo themselves issued gloves to anyone affected. To top it all off, some of these minigames were actually brought back in Mario Party Superstars. Why? As if having them in one game wasn't bad enough, now new generations of gamers run the risk of having their palms ripped open too, and don't even try to justify it with the warning labels put before the minigames. If you know that the minigames can cause these kinds of problems, then why did you add them back in, Nintendo? My guess is that they wanted to showcase the classic minigames with modern graphics and physics, but frankly, it would have been better to substitute the control stick rotation for button mashing. It would have been more tolerable. Now, if I had to pick an absolute worst minigame out of them all, I would give that to Pedal Power. You're essentially racing against the clock to power up a light bulb before Boo gets you. And while in the other rotating minigames your success will depend on how well the other players do, you have to rotate fast in this, and it can be punishing. But I've bitched about the bad minigames long enough. Let's get into which ones I think are the best with the top 5. Number 5 best, Keep Away. It's not very often in Mario Party games where the 4 players put aside their differences to team up together to win coins altogether. If anything, it feels paradoxical, since the norm of 4-player minigames is battling each other's throats until there's one winner. But in the case of Keep Away, the goal is simple. Keep the key away from the Spike Koopas and reach the door to the vault while holding it to access the reward inside. Sounds simple, but the key can fall out of the player's hands if not careful, and if the Koopas obtain it, everyone gets penalized, which further encourages teamwork. Unless, of course, you're one of those asshats who's trying to get everyone to lose on purpose. Control-wise, it can be a little tricky to play catch with the key, but once you get the physics down, it can be fun to cooperate with the other players to reach the vault and steal the booty behind the door. Overall, a great minigame that requires careful planning and movements to overcome the Koopas and win for everyone's benefit. Though I do have to ask, with how much treasure is behind that vault, why does everyone only take 10 coins each? Number 4 best, Facelift. Out of all the minigames in the first entry, this one is by far the funniest. Seeing the way Bowser's face stretches and contorts is enough to make anyone laugh. Taking the idea of the stretchy face from Super Mario 64's title screen and turning it into a minigame is nothing short of genius. But what makes it fun is how many parts of the face can be grabbed and moved around. The basic goal is to try to match Bowser's head in the center, or at least come the closest. And it is in fact possible to match the example with a 100%, something I've managed on a few occasions. But what I appreciate most is the ability to undo an action if you make a mistake. And believe me, it's easy to mess up, especially if you have a sensitive control stick. All in all, it's a humorous minigame that's worth the recognition, the reuse in Mario Party 2, and the remake in Mario Party Superstars. Number 3 best, Bumper Balls. This one is an absolute classic. It's the minigame that screams Mario Party. A good old-fashioned, all-out, everyone for themselves 4-player brawl to see who survives. Even with its simplicity, it's a real joy to roll around and bump into opponents to try and hurl them off the playing field. Every fight can involve a mixture of brute force, psychological warfare, and risk to knock opponents out into the open waters, and each time requires a different strategy, especially when playing against other human players. Nothing else much to say except happy rolling and big balls. What more could you ask for? Number 2 best, Whack-A-Plant. So this is just me talking, but aside from the bloopers, piranha plants were always some of the most frustrating enemies to deal with in the original Super Mario Bros. Game for the NES. It was hard to tell at times when they'd pop out of pipes, especially during the middle of a long jump. So the idea of being able to bounce on the carnivorous creatures to earn coins is already great. But what makes it a real joy to play is how many combos you can get at once. And yes, it is in fact possible to hit every single one. It's a great method to earn a good amount of coins whether you're in last place or giving the other players a run for their money. For all intents and purposes, Whack-A-Plant is one of those few single-player minigames that gives a sense of poetic payback to an old enemy and saying, "Good riddance." Number 1 best, Running of the Bulb. I mentioned earlier with Keep Away how it's not very often where a minigame requires everyone to put aside their differences to win. Running of the Bulb is the quintessential example of how it's done perfectly. The goal of the game is to escort the player who has the light bulb down the path towards the console to eliminate the boos. Sounds simple enough, but having the group coordinate under pressure adds to what makes the minigame genius. Everyone has something to contribute, whether it's the person carrying the light bulb or the other 3 acting as bodyguards. The tension feels real with one giant boo consuming everything in its path and many other boos coming after the players and trapping them. Not to mention the thwomps can smash players to the ground and make them vulnerable if not careful. But at the same time, punching out the boos and freeing teammates is immensely satisfying. unless again you're one of those players who likes to backstab and make everyone lose on purpose. Something else that's neat is how the light bulb can change hands by giving it to a player that's trapped by a boo and changing the roles around. At the end of the day, running of the bulb is nothing short of terrific, with its mechanics, gameplay, atmosphere, tension, and team factor, making it more than deserving to be the best minigame in Mario Party. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed this belated 1000 subscriber special. If you enjoyed this or disagreed with what I said in some way, feel free to leave a comment. Special thanks goes out to Golden Fox for proofreading my script. Also, if I reach 3,000 subscribers, I'll do every Mario Party 2 minigame in 10 words or less. Until next time, have a great rest of your day. Take care.